Hi, my name is Arden, and today we're going to give you a fantastic drill which is going to help you develop your skill when it comes to controlling the club face through the golf swing. So in this video we're talking specifically about how you can control the club face through your golf swing. So in terms of the club face, really we always relate that to the target. So relative to my target out down in the middle of the fairway, which is represented by this orange alignment stick, my club face can really be in three conditions. It can be open to that alignment stick, it can be closed to that alignment stick, or it can be pointing about at the alignment stick. Now, controlling the club face is one of the key skills that good players will certainly possess, and certainly the higher handicappers often really struggle to control the club face. And if you would like to control the club face better, and many of you I'm sure would, there's kind of two ways that we need to come at this. We need to look at the technique. So, what's the hold on the golf club like? Is the hold, particularly weak, particularly strong? Or what does the club face do through the golf swing? So, these are certainly technical things that we can look at to help you control the club face better. This video is looking at the complete other side of the spectrum. We're just looking at skill. And this is certainly something that the better golfers possess. I'm sure you all know a golfer, maybe multiple golfers, who look like they have terrible golf swings, yet they play the game fantastically well. They may be better than you, they're quite low handicaps, and you look at their swing and think, how on earth can they play good golf? Well, they have a huge amount of skill, and one of their skills is the ability to control the club face. Now, if you were to take any elite golfer, maybe any golfers that you know from TV, the European Tour, PGA Tour, if you ask them to set up with their normal address position towards a target, within their golf swing, they could make the desired changes through skill to make that ball finish anywhere relative to that target, maybe to the left, maybe to the right, right at the target, whatever it may be, because they have huge amounts of skill in just controlling the club face. If you were to ask that golfer exactly what they did to control that face, very often they wouldn't know. They wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what they did. They just have this inbuilt ability to control the face. This is skill. We need you to develop your skill. Hopefully this drill is going to help you do that. This alignment stick here is exactly on my target line. So where I'm trying to hit it. Now, we know that the golf club face is pretty much responsible for the direction that the ball takes off at. So wherever my ball starts, so it's what we call the start line, is going to mean that's where the golf club was pointed. So if my ball started to the right of the stick, that would tell me my club face was open. If the ball started to the left of the stick, that would tell me my club face was closed. If my ball were to strike the stick, that would tell me that my club face was pointed at the stick. So the club face position at impact is going to dictate the start line. Here's what I want you to do. I would like you to take your starting position aiming at your alignment stick. Now from here, I'm going to rotate the golf club and I'm going to close it. So my club face now points to the left of that stick, probably by some 20 degrees. I'm now going to take my normal grip on that golf club. Now, if I make a normal swing, that ball will start left of the stick. My goal here is to try and make it maybe half a swing, but see if I can use my skill to control the club face and make my ball hit the stick. So I'm going to have to use my skill to see if I can control the club face and hit the stick. Okay? And I wasn't expecting to do it quite that well first time, but yeah, you can see I did that. So I took a golf club which was maybe some 20 degrees closed, and through my golf swing, I developed an impact and a movement which changed that club face position back to neutral. That's me developing my skill. Okay? I couldn't tell you exactly what I did. I can maybe look back on camera and see what the differences were, but that was me using my skill to do that. We could obviously do the exact opposite. We could obviously have a club face where we set to open and we try and return it back to square. Let me just set this stick back up, back into its position. Okay, and we're now going to do the complete opposite. So I'm going to take my starting position again, aiming straight at the stick, but this time I'm going to open the club face, so it's maybe some 20 degrees to the right, grip it, and now I'm going to see if I can make half a swing and hit the stick. Okay, it didn't quite hit it that time, but it looked pretty good. It still started a bit right, I think, so maybe not quite as good, but certainly if I was to do this during practice, it's going to really help me understand what I can do to control the club face. That is such an important skill that you need to have in your game if you're looking to develop your game, improve your scores, and generally just enjoy the game a little bit more. Club face control is absolutely key. Ultimately, what you can do is then just hit a couple of shots, and hopefully we can get that ball started about online. Okay, and again, it looked like it started pretty close to the alignment stick. So, technique, yes, we definitely need to look at your technique, improve your technique, but we also need to develop your skill. To me, that is an area of the game which is a little bit too overlooked by many golfers. They almost want this technique which is going to work. You will see golfers who have great technique who don't play the game particularly well, and vice versa, golfers who have poor technique but play to a really high level. That's because the skill in their game is unfortunately a little bit higher. We can practice that. Develop your skill. These kind of drills are going to help you do just that. Hopefully that is helpful. Hopefully that's something you can do. You know, we're certainly in the winter months now, great time to start to practice, do some different drills that maybe you're not going to do in the summer. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff down below, comments box, like button, and also a link to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Monday, Wednesday and Friday, new videos coming out each and every week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.